Hey, this is D from the Tommie and D show, and we're here on Thirsty Thursdays.
Delicious.
So, hey, Tommy, tell me, has there ever been a situation where the delivery of someone's words made
Lies.
you, they're not exactly lies.
I need you to explain that to me because you're saying that you're giving me a perception.
No, I'm not giving you a perception. Perception is
tell-
yours. So
my
I can say
perception.
something,
Yes.
but your perception of what I said is either interpreted properly or misinterpreted. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, just like the spinach incident today. Two people saw it as one way, and one person saw it as another way. And since somebody has this thing about signs, he considers the signs.
It's not about signs. It's just a
No,
matter of
you said-
perception.
no,
If
yeah,
you look
your
at the
perception,
history
no.
of the email or the text, I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
you would have seen the last thing said was
Look.
keep the spinach.
It did not say keep the spinach. And don't let me look for the text to tell you that you did not say keep the spinach.
I have the
And
text
if
in front of me. You don't need
okay,
to look
look,
for it.
look. And two people saw it one way, and one person
Because
saw it
two
a way.
people are under the same sign and they perceive things in a different way.
Okay, we're going to do this. No, no, and no.
Anyway, so let's move on to the topic at hand. So we were
Okay.
talking about delivery and perception,
Okay.
people. So when someone says something to you and it's misconstrued, who's to blame for that? It's
The person who told you that.
not necessarily.
You're supposed to make it so I understand you.
But
You're
I cannot
supposed to
control your perception of things. Can I? So if I
If
say
you say correctly-
if I tell you I'm going out tonight,
Yes, that means you're going out tonight.
but me going out tonight means I'm going to the store to get something to eat and then I'm coming back.
That's not going out.
That
But-
is going out because
no,
I
no,
have
no.
gone out of my house.
No,
And
bullshit. I'm sorry. You're going to have to bleep that out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. But
Why?
Look,
It's a
that's
matter of your
bullshit.
perception.
No, that's bullshit. Everybody knows what going out means. Going out means you're going to dinner, you're going dancing, you're
No,
going
it's
to the
your
movies.
perception of what going out means. If you ask me, hey, what's going on tonight? Do you have time?
Okay.
Do you have time for me tonight? Or do you want to hang out tonight?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, I got plans. So what is your perception of plans? You assume that, they're busy. Their plans
No,
could
you
be,
can
I
assume
don't
that
want
I'm
to do
fucking.
something with you per se. I just want to.
No, that means I'm fucking. So
See,
Oh,
it's
God,
your
I'm
perception.
sorry.
That's not.
No.
That would not be
no.
my perception if you said you had plans, because plans are
Why?
subjective.
No, because usually, if I put you off and I say I got plans.
You, as in myself, me. You're
Me?
talking with me.
Yeah, if it's you, you know damn well if
Oh
it's
well,
you.
that's different because I know
Oh,
you.
okay,
And
yeah.
I know you like to get your freak on.
No, I got
all the
nothing to
time.
get my freak on. It's that.
You told me I was supposed to perceive when you say plans that you're
Yes.
fucking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
So
you
then
know,
you get.
because wait, but let's get it straight. Because it's very rare that I ever turn you down,
Yeah, but you.
and
might
I
have
will
plans.
blow other people off to be with you, even though I have plans. I have blown other people off.
But that's a unique
Because it's
situation
you.
because we are friends, and yes, if you
Yeah.
tell me you got plans, and I'm assuming your plans are better than hanging out with me, and that's totally respectable. That's what friends do.
Fucking
But that would not be my initial perception. My
of
initial,
me, yes.
because you have had plans
Mm-hmm.
where you've had other things to do with other people, and I'm not talking about a.
Fucking.
But in any event, it doesn't always lead to that. Or
Okay, it doesn't always.
if I
lead
tell
to-
you I have plans, so that's what you assume. You assume that I'm.
No, I would assume you with your other women, and I got a problem with that. But I have to not be selfish because I know I come first. But you have other women that you will put me aside for, and we're not talking about your mother and your auntie either. You have other women in your life, which I do.
I
understand.
do. I have other people in my life. We'll
No,
just say
other
people.
women. We're gonna say women.
I don't
'Cause
have
the
just
men-
women
okay.
in my life.
No, because when it comes to the men in your life, I have no problem going. I don't care. Let's go. So you know
What
the
do you
rule.
mean you don't care? Let's go.
Because usually the men you hang out with, unless it's Anthony, yeah, I ain't feeling them.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's another topic.
So you know the rule.
You don't care. Let's go. So in any event, delivery and perception. Mm-hmm. How many times do we misunderstand the things that we are told, or we just assume? And assuming, you know what they say about assumptions.
Yes, finger. Felix Unger said it best.
And what did he say?
He said, when you assume, I don't have a chalkboard like he did.
Makes your ass of yourself.
No, it makes an ass out of you and me. Because
Okay.
I assumed it, and you were to ask because you didn't explain it correctly. So there you go.
Okay. But we do agree that sometimes it works to our benefit.
Yeah, when you use it to play like you don't know what the person actually meant when you did know what they meant. Yeah, you know people do that.
But, yeah, in certain situations, yes.
Especially when you didn't want to go out with them in the first place.
Well, you just say you have plans. Not unless they're going to grill you and ask you, well, what are those plans?
They do, so you lie.
But you don't lie. You can...
Come on, really?
It's
You can
not about
twist
lying.
it. You can twist it any way you want, but you know it's a lie.
Okay.
Like Mommy always said, just because you say it's a white lie doesn't mean it's a lie. A lie is not a lie. A lie is a lie. Is
Lies are with intent. And it's malicious, typically. Yes.
It's usually to get out of shit you don't want to do.
Well, that's...
And nobody trying to be malicious. They're just trying to get
subjective. Because you have choices with that. You can either be honest and say, I don't care
Why
to do something with you.
I want to do that
Or-
when I know it's going to hurt your feelings.
It's not a... Well, then some people need
And I
to be
don't-
less sensitive. It's not a point that everyone's going to hurt your feelings when you be honest with them. And if it's a friend and you can't be honest with them, then there's a problem there.
No, it's like, you don't want to deal with that bullshit, so that's what you do.
But
Because sometimes that friend does grill you and why you do this and why you do that and why.
then,
I'm
yeah,
going to get in trouble
at
for
some
this
point
one.
you need to shut it down, or you need to explain that, hey, I don't need, and don't give me that look, I don't need the third degree when I say I can't do something with you. And that goes for friends, that goes for relationships, that goes for whomever. It's a point where there should be a certain threshold in which you don't need to go through that for you to feel that delivery and perception falls into that
Look, I
category.
like relationships that go, I can't do this right now. Okay. You like,
Yeah, and as
That's
adults, you should be understanding. There are certain times and there's certain things you care to deal with or don't deal with, and it's it's okay. You should, as an adult, be okay with that. If you're not, and there's personal things that you need to, that's something else. But that's my perception of the thing. But we're totally getting off the topic of delivery and perception, and we'll try to get back to that when we come back.
I'm not buying this crap. It's no crap. Now, where was I? Okay. Now, see, if I tell you I need you and you say you have plans, knowing you, it costs a lot of money or you're fucking. That's it. That's all.
Because I'm a cheap bastard. But anyway.
Right. So there you go. So there I would say, okay, when you finish, your ass better be ready for me early in the morning because I'm going to call you early in the morning, or call me when you get home if you're not too
I
tired
might be
or drunk.
busy in the morning.
Yeah, whatever. Ain't going to take that long.
That was a good night.
Ain't going to take that long.
Anyway, we're talking about delivery and perception.
So that's my thing. So if you did that, I don't have a problem with that. You forget I know you. So I know what the deal is. So if you turn me down and I need you, because I know what you have done for me. I know when you were home and I called you on the phone because I was having such a hard day. And I called you on the phone and I said, come get me. And you said, okay, give me 5 minutes to sweep up this mess and I'll be right there. And what happened?
But that's what friends do.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't many people got that. And
Wow.
so I know.
They
so
ought to get that.
I know quite a few people who can never say they had anything like that. And what I'm going to say to you is, so if you turn me down, it has to be important. So I ain't going to stress, especially if I say I'm in trouble and I need you and you turn me down. I ain't going to complain. I ain't going to be mad. I'm going to talk shit about you later, but I don't hold no grudges on that one. I know better.
Okay.
So
all right.
You got that. And you know I would do the same for you.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well.
Nip that in the bud. And you over there are almost at that place, so don't even try it either. If you're not at that place already, don't, drink.
So, let's talk. I mean, right and wrong. What do you think is, the line between right and wrong? When did we start being hypocrites?
What do you consider being a hypocrite?
Well, I mean, as growing up, our parents told us, "Do as we say, not as we do."
True.
And does when someone asks you, "Well, why can't I do that?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't I stand on the desk? Why can't I,
because
text and drive? Or why can't I
let's try this.
Screw 5 guys in one night,
Okay, let's start with this. No, you can't stand on the desk because if you stand on the desk, I want to stand on the desk and do a tap dance and then I fall on my head and I sue the company.
But that's you because you're not talented. Why should somebody else be? Who the hell told you can stand on a desk?
Well, because somebody else did it, so I should be able to do it too.
Okay, well, someone's a little more,
No. Remember, everybody
flexible and bending.
Okay, look,
they can
I
do
was
those
in the
type of
union.
things.
I was a shop steward, and if one union person can do it, the other one should be able to do it too. There you go. Don't even try it.
But that's the thing. People, let's go back to work. So people do things they ain't supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Extended lunches. They screwing different offices.
Hey, nobody was there. You didn't get caught. I ain't got nothing to say. Now, if you got caught, that's your problem. Because I know plenty of people who didn't get caught.
Yeah, no. That's just life. But it's things like that when people tell you not to do something, but then they turn around and do it themselves. How is it, as a person, you can kind of stand for something?
Okay.
What makes you better than someone else?
Okay, wait. So let's start with, I'm going to say this. Certain things, when you live and you learn and you grow. So what you thought when you were a child doesn't resonate when you're an adult. So
right.
You have to change certain things. So it's not that you're a hypocrite. You find that it's a whole different world.
But you are a hypocrite. There are adults that do.
No, you're not a hypocrite if you have changed your opinion on something. I'm allowed to change my mind.
Yeah,
if I grow and I listen, and what I assumed was one way, I've learned, I've listened, I've studied, I've talked to people. So things that I used to believe no longer are correct in what I believe in now, because you always live and you grow. Grow.
How true?
So sometimes what I thought was this way, I learned that no, it is not that way anymore. It's this way. And I'm going to give you a prime example. I used to always say, as long as it's 2 consenting adults, I have no problem with what they do and how they do it. Now, my stand still stands as consenting adults, but I no longer say it's 2. Because I've met people that like to do it with one person. I've met people that like to do it with more than one person at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. So you can't say
multiple consenting adults is what you're saying.
No, I don't say multiple. I say consenting. Because it might be one person doing it to themselves, because a lot of people like to masturbate. So that's one consenting adult.
Yeah, but that's not being hypocritical unless you're a priest and you're caught masturbating and you tell people not to do it.
Priests tell you not to masturbate?
Wasn't that like a sin or something like that?
Yeah, but they don't
Yeah, I don't never heard of that. And I used to go to Catholic school.
Masturbating is not a sin.
No. Long as you're not having sex.
Fornication.
That's not fornication.
Under the consent of the king is not a.
That's not fornication. You by yourself. So you can't be fornicating because it has to be 2 or more. You can't say I fuck myself, can you?
But that's what I said. You didn't hear. I just spelled out fuck. Fornication under the consent of the king. That was my understanding of what it stood for.
Okay, I missed that day in class. I missed that day in class.
So in any event,
maybe because I didn't go there long enough.
But getting back to other things, let's not talk about sex. Let's talk about the fact of just basic principles within life.
Like I said,
so I feel sometimes cops are hypocritical.
Some of them are,
because
some of them are. I'm like, every cop is not okay. Look,
cops are people in power.
Yes, but all the cops, it's just like anybody and everybody else. Just like they say, priests have sex with little boys. All priests don't have sex with little boys.
No, they don't. It's just
so that's what I'm saying. It's just like the cops. All cops are not bad. Well. So that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that as well.
So
they're getting a bad rap because they're not policing themselves. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you can't say that they're hypocrites. All of them are not hypocrites.
But in a sense, I do feel there's some type of hypocritical.
Some. You can't say all.
Yeah, but
everybody's
in life,
different.
Once you're an adult and you kind of experience things and you find out,
But if you assume that everybody's bad, then.
I'm not assuming everyone's bad. I'm just, the perception is this, is that, as we grow older, yes, we experience things. And when we're children, people, our parents or our guardians kind of protect us from wrongdoing.
Yeah, they lie to us too.
Right,
they lie to us.
But the whole purpose is to protect. As you get older and you experience things and you're like, well, why did they tell me not to do that? And there's some things that are kind of pitfalls. So dealing with relationships is like trying not to spread yourself thin and have, But at the same time, here's an example. So first they say stay, deal with one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they say, well, you should always have a plan B.
Yes.
So what's that?
Okay, that is, but see, what people know, the way I grew up, I was supposed to meet one guy, have sex with one guy, marry one guy, and that was it. That was all. And live, like I was supposed to get married at 21, and that was it. And that was all I was ever supposed to have. And I was only supposed to do, what is that position? Missionary position? That was it. That was all. And if I did it once or twice a week, I should be happy. Okay? That's how that works. So why did they lie to me like that? Why didn't they say...
Well, sex is always preference of the people.
You going to let me finish?
Participating parties.
Okay, no, there wasn't participating parties. This is what you were supposed to do. Just like I watched them.
But there's really no supposed to.
Let me finish.
Well,
yes. Well, if that's what they tell you.
When it comes to sex, there's no.
Okay, excuse me, but that's what they tell you. That's what you're supposed to do. I was
never told that.
But yeah, because you're a boy. Let's start with that. Boys can fuck whoever they want, how many people they want. But
not true.
Are you gonna let me finish? This is what I grew up with. Boys can fuck whoever they want, how many they want, but the girl is supposed to be a virgin. And the guys I dealt with, okay, look, let me finish. And the guys I dealt with, they were fucking girls. So I'm like, they're not supposed to be fucking. Girls can't fuck, and guys can fuck, but what happens? Who are they fucking? Because all the guys I knew were fucking girls. And my best friend back then used to say, you supposed to be having sex. You supposed to be having sex. And I'm like, yeah. And then one day he comes home from school talking about she might be pregnant. And I'm like, see, that's why you don't fuck. Because he was only 16. And I'm like, I said, what do you mean she might be pregnant? He's like, yeah, she might be pregnant. I'm like, you're going to get killed. We all knew he was going to get killed. And then he was going to have to marry her at 16. Okay, yeah, look. And then he comes home. He's so happy. She ain't pregnant, thank God. I'm like, I said, so you gonna wrap it and bag it now? And he's like, but it feels so good. But like I said, but the whole thing is, but she was supposed to stay a virgin, but he was supposed to fuck everything. Well, yeah. So how do you do that?
Well, yeah.
And then you have your girlfriends, because your girlfriend should never go out with your best friend, because your best friend tells you that your girlfriend isn't as innocent as she pretends to be. So there you go. You got them lying, and they're always lying. And it's like, yeah, I ain't going to do that nightmare night with my other girlfriend that I wanted to murder that night after what she put me through. But, okay, with the going to bed with the guy and all this other shit.
So, granted, there are...
You can erase all of this.
Granted, there are hypocrisies in male, female, what male and female children are told by
and
their
they're trying to revoke Roe v.
particular...
Wade, which is pissing me off. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's going to come back and bite them. But, you know, it's a thing. But, okay. So let's move away from that aspect of things. Let's talk about, you know, the hypocrisy in other things. There's politics that, like you talked about the Roe versus Wade. There's, you know, things in the workplace.
Okay.
There's things as...
Okay, let me ask. So are you asking about politics, relationships?
I'm just wondering when, you know, that the little fuzzy line between right and wrong. There are certain things that are just wrong. But then, okay, let's talk about...
Okay, but
let's talk about crime. Let's talk about crime.
Mm-hmm.
So with crime, as far as we know growing up, crime is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But is there ever a time that crime is right? Is there ever a time where someone should die? Someone should pay the price for something?
Yes, you're asking the wrong person because, yes. I don't believe in all, like, okay, I'll give you the example. Oh, the people who don't believe in abortion. Okay, you don't believe in abortion, but you have no problem with the death penalty. So I get confused with that. Because most people who don't believe in abortion have no problem with the death penalty. Now, me, certain things, I do believe in death. I ain't gonna lie, and I feel that it's wrong that I feel that way because I feel I should not feel that anybody deserves to die. But for certain things, slice them, cut them, castrate them, do the the Chinese torture where you do 1,000 slices, and if they ain't dead, just keep slicing until they die. Yeah, I'm one of those.
Well, damn, Tommie.
I'm telling you. So I said, and I feel bad that I feel that way, but I feel that way. Because certain people, when you do certain things to people, innocent people who weren't bothering you.
But maybe they deserve that. Maybe they've done something that you don't know about that they deserve. Because I kind of feel when people die of, you know, a tragic death or, you know, it's something that they have done in their lives prior to that that's made their death so traumatic, so detrimental.
When them little babies get killed by their fathers just because they don't want their mothers to have them, they ain't done shit.
Yeah, so, but the babies, I mean, okay. Yeah. And I might get shot for this, but, you know, the babies, you know, I don't feel the babies, I mean...
3-year kid can feel that. A 2-year-old kid can feel that.
3-year.
The babies who have dropped in boiling water because their mother couldn't take care of them instead of taking them to the church.
Extreme. But then,
but this is what happens. This is every day. This is not every day. This is every day. You see all these poor little babies, the little girls, the little boys, the babies are getting killed because the father didn't want, they were fighting over them. And I get you fighting over him, but the father decided, like that last little girl who got burned alive. The father was in the car with the little girl, and when you see a picture of her, all you can see.
There's a certain level of selfishness as far as adults.
So you telling me that little girl who the father was in the car with poured gasoline in the car and
totally
lit
innocent.
it?
I totally agree.
So that's
totally
what I'm saying. So there's no way you can say she did anything.
But I'm not saying
to deserve a death like that. You talking about people who got deaths like that? There may have been a reason because they did something terrible,
and that's something out of their control. I'm talking about someone who did something wrong or detrimental, and they died. Like someone getting killed in.
Get their head cut off.
Yeah, they get castrated, or they. I don't know. They're in a tragic plane crash, or they, you know, or I don't know. They're thrown out of a building or something like that. I'm talking about those type of scenarios. I'm not talking about the fact of someone that takes their lives as well as others. That's a totally different scenario.
Okay, no, but that father didn't take his life. He left her in the car and let her burn alive, and he left. He just walked away. That's where I'm going with that. So you put that however that's it. But those other people who get killed, a lot of them didn't do shit. Everybody ain't evil. Everybody who dies a crazy death.
Right, but there's some people that need help that are doing evil. And should we be more sympathetic to those people that are going through those things? Maybe that father had some type of psychotic episode that made him decide to do that. Maybe there were voices, and he was not his mental health was not being addressed. So what do you do in that situation?
I'm sorry. You know, there's a special place for him.
Right, but what do you do? But are you saying he's to blame for that because of his actions and not for the fact that we failed him? Right, he may know he's wrong, but he's out of control of his actions.
He was in control of his actions.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do know. You know why I know he did it?
There are people living with mental health issues.
Okay, yeah, we know people living with mental. I'm one of them. But let me tell you like this. This is where I'm at with that. You knew to light that car and walk out that car and leave that baby in there.
Because so you knew what action you needed to take in order to fulfill whatever it is was going on in your head. Yes.
No. So you
I agree with that.
Okay, you knew what the hell was going on when you got out that car and you left that baby in there. Now, if you sat in that car with that baby, yeah, you had issues. And I would have said.
You have issues for just igniting the car. It's not a point of whether
no,
you were
but this is what I'm
not.
saying. No, yes. What I'm saying to you is if he sat in that car with her,
then I would say, no, yes,
it does. You know why it does? Because I would say if he sat in that car with her, then he was, excuse the phrase, batshit crazy.
He's batshit crazy for igniting a car with his daughter.
But he knew. This is why I say he knew the difference between.
Any person in their right mind.
Are you going to let me finish my sentence, please? Let me finish my sentence. My thing is, if you knew to get out that car, because you knew something bad would happen to you, you knew something bad was going to happen to that baby. You knew. So therefore, you deserve to burn too. Because you knew.
Whether you deserve to burn to or not, and whether or not you put yourself in that car to be burned, the fact that you ignited that car with a living person in there, whether it was your child or someone else,
you asked me
whether
the
it was
question.
a dog or someone else, for you to go to that extreme. But I'm saying that
you asking this is what you were asking me, and this is how I'm trying to explain it to you. You asked me if he. My thing is, you say, does he deserve to die or whatever? And this is what I'm saying to you. If he had sat in that car with her, no. Because then I know he's crazy.
But I don't understand.
Okay, listen, let me finish.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter whether he sat in the car.
To you, it doesn't matter. To me, it does. Because I'm saying if you sat in that car with her, you were crazy. And then, you needed help.
He was crazy for igniting the car.
No, but you're not getting it. This is what you asked me. Let me answer the question the way you asked me. You said, do I think he needs something special, like a different treatment because he got out the car or
psychotic.
If he didn't. Right. So my thing is, if he sat in that car with her, then no, I don't think he deserves to die.
There's no treatment to get got if he's in the car with her.
You don't know. No, people do live. Some people do make it. They could have pulled him out and they didn't see her.
But I'm not understanding why you feel he needs treatment. Okay, because you won't let me
finish.
All right,
let me finish.
We'll get to it.
Okay, because you won't shut up. So this is my thing. If he sat in that car with her, then I think he's crazy and he needs help because he sat in that car and you knew what was going to happen to you and to her. Because my thing is, he should have sat there and let her out. That's my thing. But the fact that he got out the car, no, you need to burn. You should have burned. And that's my thing because you knew you were going to be fine because you got out the car, but you knew she was going to be burned alive. You knew she was going to be burned alive. And you can't imagine how much pain she went through. So to me, you knew and you did it anyway? No. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Even if there is something wrong with you, you need to go. If you sat in the car with her and they got you out, then you need therapy. That's how I feel about it. Just how I feel about it. And you cannot change my opinion on that. Seriously. You can't. Because I feel that you knew what you were doing when you got out that car. If you sat in that car, you didn't know what you were doing.
I feel like you did know what you were doing when you ignited the car.
Yeah, but you got out.
It doesn't matter.
No, you don't need no help. You need to be locked up, burnt, whatever, put under the jail. I don't care. That's
you are going through a psychotic.
Daryl, I don't care. I'm telling you right now.
I understand you don't care.
I don't have no sympathy, and I don't care. You cannot.
I'm not talking about sympathy. I'm just basing a fact that
you said he needs help.
He does.
No, that to me. That's giving him sympathy. I don't have it. I don't
believe. I mean, I'm very militant myself, but I don't feel like I'm not excusing the action. I'm saying that it causes, from that action he did, it causes a reaction or a response to it that this person needs help.
Ain't no help.
I mean, shoot.
I
what
don't
do you
want.
do?
Well, don't be wasting my resources. Resources.
It's not a point of wasting resources.
Yes, it
there are a lot
is.
of
You know
people
why?
out there that are not getting
You know
physical,
why? Okay, listen to what I'm saying. There are a lot. Yeah, you
psychological
say, okay,
help that they need.
Yeah, but there a lot of people can't get the resources, and I don't feel you need to waste anything on him. Put him in a rubber room if that's what you prefer, but don't waste my resources.
Well,
don't waste my tax money on that. I pay enough, and after what I paid last year, and even the government questioning about that. Because they can't believe I paid that much? Yeah, I have no sympathy for you. None. I'm sorry. And to me, giving him help is sympathy. I'm probably wrong, and God forgive me, but just no. And we're going to talk this all day. My answer is still going to be no. Throw him wherever.